guys, we got the 98 blowed off, cleaned off, washed decent. I mean, it's not a spotless job, but it's good enough for to go sit on a dealership lot. Does look a little better with these tires on it now that the right rims on it. I didn't think it looked bad with the yellow ones, but it's good to have them back on where they belong. So hopefully tomorrow is the day we'll take it down to Urbana, to the dealership, and drive this one down and drive the new one home. But we'll have to wait and see. So overall, has been a good combine. I mean, we've had some problems with the past couple of years, but that's just due to age and hours. But we've had this combine since 2000. We got it when it was 4 years old. And I grew up in that combine, riding with Dad and Grandpa, and then I eventually took over running it. So it's one I learned on anyway, so can't hold on to everything. But it's time. We need something different. It's just getting to where we're fighting it, and we're gonna have to put a bunch of money into it, and we won't get that money back on trade after we fix it. So we're gonna have to send her down the road. Got the heads ready. I think my uncle said he'd pull a head down, and then the new grain head, it's a 30-foot. It comes with its own header cart, but the corn head, which is a 6-row, we're gonna take our header cart down, put the 6-row on it, and bring it back. Because the one that's on's a cobbled up pile of crap down there, so we're gonna keep our nicer one. Turned into a really nice full day. Morning, guys. We are taking our last ride in the TR98. We're down on Upper Valley Pike. Headed to Farmers Equipment in Urbana. We're trading this combine off on a new one. I'll show you that when we get it. We imagine we'll have some paperwork to sign, and we gotta switch corn heads. We gotta take our corn head off our header trailer and put the new corn head on it, because we're keeping our header trailer because ours is nicer than the one that comes with the new corn head. And then I got DJ behind me with one pickup and grain head, and I think my uncle's in my pickup pulling the corn head down. So we're gonna make the swap and upgrade combines, I guess. It is something we've needed to do, but at the same time, kind of hate to see this one go in a way, because this is the one I grew up in. We got this one in 2000 when I was 2 years old. Sweet corn or seed corn picker. But 2000, and I was 2 years old, and this thing is just a few years old too, so we were pretty new when we got it. Said we was going to upgrade it 10 years, and we're double that now. So it's time to get rid of it. It's either that or sink a bunch of money into it that we'll never get back out of it. So we're trading her off. It only runs 14.5 down the road, so we've been about an hour now on the road for. So we'll get back up with you when we get the new one. Alright guys, here's the new combine. Got it home yesterday morning. It's Sunday now. Drove it home. They weren't able to get anybody out yesterday to go over it with us, and we actually tried putting the bean head on it and going to run beans, but I think the flex on our new grain head needs calibrated. But here it is. It's a CaseIh Axle Flow 5088. It's a 2009. 1700 separator hours, 27 on the engine. It has the 8.3 Cummins in it for a motor. It's on the 900 metric tires, which is as wide as we can get behind a 6-row. So that works out really well. First impressions of it, it's a pretty clean, well taken care of machine. They didn't do a very good job blowing it off when they got done with wheat, but that's to be expected. The thing I'm curious to see how it works is everything gets spread by these two spreaders. The chopper is actually up inside of the machine. We can open this cover here. Fortunately, it is not like the John Deere's that have the lights on the inside, but there's a chopper and it chops everything inside. Electric sieves, I can adjust them here or from in the cab. It's relatively simple. There's one chain on this side and then there's only a few belts on the other side. Climb up here in the cab. The cab is actually not, you don't have the leg room to stretch out, maybe a little bit more than the New Holland, but not a lot. Pretty comfortable cab. I drove it an hour and 20 minutes home from down to Urbana, but it's got the Pro 600 monitor in it. Now there's my header not being calibrated thing. 3-speed transmission, relatively simple to operate. Your main controls are all here on the joystick. I haven't figured out the screen or anything about it yet, but yeah, take up. It does have the power folding grain tank extensions, which I can't fold them out in here because it's too tall. But they fold down flat. Go up on the back. Come up here, you got the fuel cap up here. We're waiting to see, the unloading auger is going to be close with the 30-foot head, but we can leave it short. I want to leave it short for, it'll be nicer opening up fields, but it's got the 8.3 Cummins engine in it. And it looks very easy to work on and get down in there and service. I know there's a lot more room up here than on my uncle's John Deere. But here's spin extensions. I don't think they're a watertight seal, but they're probably pretty close. So we'll go out and look at the heads, but we ain't gonna run today, hopefully. There's some rain in the forecast. I don't know when we're actually going to get to go play with it, but hopefully it'll be early this week. Here's our corn head. This was our header cart we had with our New Holland head. We stuck with 6-row just because 6-row works good for our operation. We were thinking about maybe an 8-row, but just we plant with a 12, and I don't drive well enough without auto steer that I think I would like going to an 8-row. So 6-row is fine. That's what we've always had, what we like. But this corn head is the exact same thing as our New Holland, just red. The only difference is this one's got height sensors on it and the hydraulic hookup. But other than that, it is an identical head. Yeah, it's got the single point hydraulic hookup and the electrical's right next to it. I don't think on the other corn head the only electrical plug we had was for the splashers on it. But I mean, we didn't have to move the pads or nothing on the cart because the frame is the same thing. Here's our grain head we got with it. It's a 2020 30-foot head. It's 5 foot wider than the one we had before. It's got a full finger auger, which is something I really liked. It's got these shorter dividers on the end, so it shouldn't knock over beams like the other one will. But the header cart that come with it, and we traded off our 25-foot cart with our 25-foot head, but this is the one we couldn't get our flex pressure to work yesterday with, and we were just gonna wait for them to come out and show us what we're doing wrong. But it's got the single point hydraulic, electrical. Still got 2 drive shafts on it, but there's not a whole lot to go over on these. It's fairly simple till we get it in the field.